Everybody. Woo, woo. Oh, hold on. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. So if you guys welcome. If you guys were live yesterday, you know that I had a really hard time doing yesterday's live. Hi, my friends. Welcome. I'm really excited about today's live. I have been talking to some friends. I've been asking a lot of questions. I've been looking at a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm really excited about what's going on. Hold on. I'm trying to fix something. There we go. Okay, so I'm really excited about today, and here's what I was looking at. So if you guys didn't watch my Facebook Live yesterday, I highly recommend going and doing it. Ah, thank you, Shruti. Hi, sweetness. So yesterday I was really talking about how the stories that we have about the stories, and here's what I'm going to say, and I'm already starting to sweat because I'm going to dive into a little vulnerability is for the last almost 2 years, I have been creating a story that other people have been judging me for my choices. I'm going to say that again so you guys can listen to this. I have been and I'm sweating. I've been creating a story that other people have been judging my choices. And I want you guys to think about that for a second. And I want you to think about how much do you worry about what other people think? And every time you worry about what other people think, does it make you feel light? Does it make you feel giddy? Or do you contract your reality? And you basically, it's like, oh my God, I can perceive judgment. So you put like a helmet or an umbrella or like an invisible shield, or maybe you put your bright colors around, like whatever tools you use. And you create these, like, I'm going to avoid other people's judgments, right? Here's what I know is that no one else can judge you for what you're not judging in yourself. Hi, sweetness. Hello, Michelle. No one else can judge you for what you're not judging in yourself. So if somebody's judging you for something, like I'll give you an example. I had a healer / shaman years ago. He was one of my teachers for 8 years, actually. And he looked at me one time in an event in Hawaii. We were dancing blindfolded. We were like doing soul retrieval and past life regression and all these ancestral lineage dances and spirit animal dances and all this like crazy woo-woo stuff. And he looked at me and he's like, Katherine, if I tried to judge you for your face. So I said, oh, you don't have a pretty face. Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you need help. Yes, it is awesome information, right? What? Okay, cool. So other people cannot judge you for what you don't judge in yourself. The only way people can judge you is if you have that judgment of you. What? So he sat and he said, I could make fun of you for your eyes and your freckles and your skin and your hair. And he goes, and you would look at me and be like, so what? Or he's like, you would do this to me, right? He goes, and I was like, yeah, it's true. Because this is the one place, now that I'm getting a little bit older, this was in my 20s, okay? I didn't really have any judgments about my face in my 20s, right? I didn't have any judgments about my eyes or my freckles or my skin tone or my skin color, right? But I had a whole lot of judgments about the size of my thighs. So he said to me, I could look at you straight in the face and say, you're ugly. Your face is ugly. And he says, you would look at me and it wouldn't faze you. You wouldn't pay attention. You'd laugh. You'd walk away. It wouldn't bother you in the least. And I was like, that is 100% true. Hi, Emma. Welcome. He said, but the minute I start talking about your thighs, right? And I went, ooh, Oh my goodness. So if this is, I'm really excited. I don't know how long I'm going to talk for, but if you guys feel inspired, if you're excited, what I would encourage you, press the share button, start a watch party, whatever it is. But how can we get this information out here? Because here's what I want to say. No one can judge you for what you're not already judging in yourself. And so yesterday I did a really vulnerable Facebook Live. I didn't want to do it. It was totally awkward. I was fumbling for words because I was in the middle of it. And what I was in the middle of is this aha moment that I've spent the last 2 years creating a story that other people were judging my choices. Now I want you guys to hear this. For almost 2 years, I'm the founder of the No Judgment Diet, right? For almost 2 years, which I didn't know, I had been creating a story that other people were judging my choices. Okay. Now that is insane. And do you know what I was doing with that story? You know what I was doing is I was using that story to avoid letting go of my own judgments. I'm going to say that again. I was using my story to let go of my own judgments. Say what? Say what? I'm going to say that again. I was using that story to literally, okay? Literally let go, right? Or to not let go of my own judgments. So, my friends, here's what I want to say to you is that no one can judge you for anything that you don't judge you for. They can only judge you for what you're judging yourself for. Hi, Vesna, welcome. Right. And so as you're joining, I want you to think about this. And this hit me really hard yesterday, which was for an entire almost 2 years of my life, I have been creating a story that other people would judge my choices. Now I'm dealing with my son and his dad, and we live separately. And I made that choice. And I had created the story that is something that if people found out, they would judge me for. And what I realized is I had 3 friends in the course of 24 hours look me straight in the face and say, "Who's judging you?" And I was like, well, everybody. I mean, society, this reality, I'm being an inappropriate mother. And they looked at me and they're like, "Katherine, nobody's judging you but you." And I was like, oh, and it hit me. And I knew what they were saying are true. And so what I want to invite you to look at is, what story are you creating about your choices? Aha. Is this a aha? What story, what judgments, what conclusions, where are you separating? So here's where it gets interesting is you make a choice, right? You make a choice for life, for living, for creation, for possibility, and you get really excited about that choice. Now, nobody on the planet might be able to perceive why you're making that choice. Nobody else might be able to agree with you on that choice, but in the deep, like belly of your knowing, in your intuition, in your heart, in your gut, you know it's the right choice. But here's the deal. If you doubt it for a second, you allow judgment to come in. If you don't trust your knowing, you allow judgment to come in. If you look for other people's approval, you allow judgment to come in. And so what happens is you make a choice. You get really excited about that choice. You know it's the right choice. And then what you'll do is you'll separate yourself from that choice, and that's where the judgment comes in. Okay? Nobody is judging your choices but you. Everybody's got their own stuff. They've got their own crap. They've got their own like junk. Nobody is judging you. So if that's an aha and you'd like to share this, please share it. Please comment. Please like. Are you guys with me? Aha? Is this an aha? Right? Nobody is judging your choices but you. Love the hearts, baby. It's true. Nobody is judging your choices but you. And so when you judge your choices, when you go, oh, everybody else is judging me, no, hold on for a minute and take a look. I love the hearts. You're judging you, right? And the greatest place where we judge ourselves the most, I know, right? So good, is our freaking bodies. I'm going to say that again. The greatest place where we judge ourselves is we judge our bodies, right? We judge our butt, we judge our eyes, we judge our height, we judge our weight. So if any of you are on dating apps, right? Like the first thing people do is like, I'm 5'10, I'm 6'2, I'm 5'2, I'm 5'3. And you know, it's like as if that's a reason to separate from you. Years ago in high school, I had this friend who was really short, but super charismatic. And he loved dating women who were 6 feet tall. Now he was my height. I'm 5'5", right? He was maybe even an inch shorter than I was. And he loved dating women that were 6 feet tall. And he said, I love the reactions I get. I am confident in my ability to handle these women. And I love people looking at me going, why is he with that woman? Or why is that woman with him? He had the confidence and the charisma and the energy to pull it off. And so where are you using your own judgments? Okay, get this for a second. Aha, you're welcome, Nicola. I know, Emma says, right? Where are you using your own judgments to separate and blame or conclude or judge or decide that other people are judging you? Nobody's judging you for your height. Nobody's judging you for your weight. Nobody's judging you for anything you're doing but you. Bam, bam. Okay. And here's how you know this is my favorite tagline for the no judgment diet, which is you will never hear an elephant complain about the size of its ass. Okay. I'm going to say that again. You will never hear an elephant, amen, complain about the size of its ass. You're so welcome, Nicola. And so you guys go around complaining about your size, your thighs, your shape, your whatever it is. And all of that is simply designed to, oops, sorry, guys. I apparently have way too many windows open. So all of that is designed for you to have a justification, a proof that people are rejecting you. Okay? Nobody is rejecting you but you. Okay. So in that story with my teacher who would say, oh, well, I can blame you or judge you or, try and tell you that you don't have a pretty face. He goes, but you don't believe me. The reality is nobody can judge your face. I was like, oh, that's kind of true. Right. He goes, but your thighs. And so when I would look in the mirror, I would use my thighs as a reason to say, well, people don't want to date me. Well, I'm not sexy enough. Well, I'm not pretty enough. Well, I'm not skinny enough. Did anyone on the planet think that about me? Or was I using that judgment and was I projecting that other people were judging so that I could separate from me? You guys getting this? Are you getting this? Are you getting this? Right? Here's the deal is we use our judgments of ourselves, we project it on other people that other people are judging us. And then we use that projection to separate from ourselves. We use that projection to separate from our choices. We use that projection to separate from the gift we are. We use that projection, and here's the kicker, you guys. And if this is an aha, please comment, likes, hearts, whatever, say hello, say hell yeah in the chat box, right? We use that projection and that separation to avoid receiving the people and the energies that will make our life greater. I'm going to say that again. We use that separation to avoid receiving the contribution from other people that could change our lives. Can I get an amen? Right, right. Right, exactly. Exactly. I love you guys. Thank you. So if this is contributing to you, please hit the like button, hit the share button. What would it take for other people to get this? Because the reality is, how much time are you spending on your judgments, and you're creating the conclusion that other people are judging you? Right. So I made a choice recently as a mom, and recently, like in my life, and I have been using this story that other people would be judging my choices. Nobody's judging my choices. But I was using that judgment to separate from me, separate from my business, separate from the people and the beings and the energies that truly desire to contribute. I'm having a hair moment. So, what if everything you thought was a judgeable offense, someone else thought was the cutest, most amazing gift that you have to offer? What we hide, right? Sandy says, WTF. Nicholas says, amen. Alina says, very cute we are, not so smart. Exactly. And so if you get this, what you can start to do is go, oh my gosh. And so I actually have a challenge coming up. We start on Monday. Tomorrow, I wasn't going to invite, well, I'll tell you about it just because it's there, is I have this challenge and it's 15 days. And what you do for 15 days is you look in the mirror and you literally let go of every judgment. But one of the pre-training videos that you get the minute you sign up is you get this video, and the video says, list out your judgments. Now, most of us are like, oh, well, I'm too fat, I'm too tall, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not sexy enough, I don't have enough money, I'm too loud, I'm too obnoxious, I'm the black sheep in the family. Like, we can come up with a laundry list of judgments. But here's the deal: the judgments that stop us the most, and the judgments that separate us the most from receiving our dream life, are the positive judgments. What? Are you guys with me? The judgments that stop you the most are the positive judgments. What? Yay, Jennifer's playing in the challenge. So what we'll do is I'll actually put the link in here for you guys. We're doing this 15-day challenge. We start on Monday, but you can sign up right now and you literally will get instant access to the pre-training videos. And these pre-training videos will have you go, oh my gosh, what are my positive judgments of me? What are my negative judgments of me? And here's the deal: is those judgments are the judgments that you use to separate from people contributing to you. What? Yes. So Maruna says positive judgments are still polarizing and keeping us in this reality. So I'll give you an example. Exactly, Maruna. So here's an example. If I have the judgment that I am a nice person, and actually I'll give you, and I don't really have that judgment anymore. I don't think I'm nice. I think I'm mean and nasty, right? But I'm also kind, I'm also caring. So one of the judgments actually that stuck me for a very long time was the judgment that I'm generous. Okay. So it is true. I have been generous my whole life. I am willing to give my time, give money, give all these things. And so I've had this quote unquote positive judgment. Yeah, baby. Michelle says the challenge is so great. Can't wait for another round. And Sandy says it's a WTF day. Yes, it is. So if I have the judgment that I'm generous, and I have to keep that in place, then if somebody asks me for money and I don't really want to contribute, or I don't really have the extra income at the moment to give, I will give anyway to prove that I have money, even when it puts me in a financial situation that isn't my best choice. So it doesn't allow me to look at the energy of, okay, if I invest in this, if I contribute to this person, if I give my money to this whatever, will this create a greater future? I can't see it because I'm judging that I'm generous, and then I have to try and prove that I'm generous instead of look at the energy. Is that a what? Right. Alina says, OMFG, I had the same. I know. It's crazy. So let me real quick before I get carried away, because I get so excited. I'm going to put the link if you guys are like, oh my God, take me to the challenge. You guys, it's less than $100. It's like no joke. And you get over $3,000 worth of bonuses and value and pre-trainings. And I'm so excited. So we start Monday. But here's the deal. You have to sign up by Sunday night, midnight in the US, because we close the doors, right? Once you start, you're in. You get a private Facebook group. You get private facilitation with me. We get every day, Monday through Friday, a little live video. And then you also get these amazing trainings where it invites you to get in the mirror and go, okay, wow, I've had this judgment that my neck is getting too old, right? Now, I don't. I'm just giving an example. I have this judgment that my neck is getting too old. So I'm going to use that judgment to avoid going on dates. I'm going to use that judgment to avoid people thinking that I'm cute and pretty. I'm going to use that judgment to keep people at a comfortable arm's length, because as long as I can keep people at a comfortable arm's length, then I don't have to let my guard down. I'm going to say that again. As long as I can keep people at a comfortable arm's length, right, then I don't have to let my guard down. And here's the deal. When we let our guard down, we receive way more, way more, way more. Ooh. Yeah. So, my friends, what if letting go of your judgments that you have of you, what if letting go of the story really, truly was creating not just a greater life for you, not just more ease for your body, but what if it was creating a greater planet, right? Now, a lot of people say save the earth, and I always laugh. I'm like, the earth doesn't need saving. We're the ones that are going to get kicked off the earth if the earth destructs, right? The earth doesn't have a point of view and it doesn't need saving, but we might want to stick around on the planet more. And the way to do that, judgment stops possibility. Judgment stops joy. Judgment stops creation. Judgment creates wrinkles. Judgment creates weight gain. Judgment creates problems with your money flows, right? And here's the deal is we have been spending, at least I'll look at my own reality, way too much time and energy on the idea that other people are judging us. No offense, but everyone's got their own judgments that they're dealing with. They got their own problems. They have their own stories. They have their own traumas and dramas. Nobody's judging you but you, and nobody can judge you for a judgment that you do not have. So the only way somebody can judge you is if you somewhere are buying that that judgment is real, where you're somewhere buying that that is a judgable offense. Okay, cool. So Maruna says, may I ask, does receiving sometimes feel overwhelming? Yes, because what stories would you have to let go of? And if you guys have questions, ask them. I'm on live. Take advantage of me. I love this stuff. Clearly, I get excited to talk about this information. So does receiving sometimes feel overwhelming? Absolutely. Absolutely, because what if you received everything you asked for? Would you have to fight or judge you ever again? If you received everything you've ever wanted, what stories about you would you have to let go of? So absolutely letting go of the problems we think are real, we create these crazy stories that it's overwhelming. right? And it's, I love that question. And so, what's overwhelming about it? And is the overwhelm yours, or is it the excuse to not receive? I know that's crazy, but ding, 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 ding. Oh my goodness, so much change, right? Are you guys getting this? So if you click and join the challenge starts on Monday, not required. That's not why I was doing this live. I was actually doing this live because yesterday I did a Facebook Live. I didn't want to do it. It was all on vulnerability. It was all on this piece that for 2 years, I have been creating a story that other people have been judging my choices. Nobody's been judging my choices. Nobody. I have been using that as a lie to stop me from being totally all in and invested in the creation of my reality, in the creation of my body, in the creation of my business. And I will say, those that have done the challenge, like, it's so cool. There's a woman in India who was constipated for years. She did the challenge, and she's like, my skin's improving. I'm being regular. I have more energy. I feel amazing, right? There's another woman who lost 2.8 kilos in like 10 days. There was another woman who lost 5 pounds. And it's not necessarily just about the body. It's about that we hide and we store all these judgments. We'll go do a live Zoom, girl. Awesome. So we hide these judgments in our bodies, and our bodies then act out the judgments as if they're real. So it's kind of insane, right? What if nobody was judging you but you? Would you let go of your judgments? Would you be willing to change them? Would you be willing to let go of the story? Would you be willing to choose a greater reality for you? So my friends, as you're live, if you're live or you're watching this in the future, I just want you, would you be willing for a second to let me contribute to your body? Now, it sounds kind of crazy, but if you were to push your barriers down, right, and expand your body 100 million miles out in every direction, and right now, not tomorrow, not when you look in the mirror, not when you face your demons of your past, not when you talk about the traumas and dramas, but right freaking now, would you be willing to dissipate and release, to let go of every judgment you've been storing in your body as real, to avoid creating your life? Wow. There we go. So we dissipate. Woo! Okay. And just pushing, your barriers down. Yeah. Now is the time, my friends, because you can choose to let go instantaneously. You don't have to wait for permission. You don't have to wait for your therapist. You don't have to wait for your coach. You don't have to wait to process it. You can literally demand to choose to let go now, to lighten the load. Yeah, I love it. Yes. Mireya says, it looks like to me it's an excuse to not receive. Exactly. So I'll answer your questions in a sec, but just for 1 second, would you be willing to just allow your body, to have this energy, this excitement, this knowing, this joy that anything is possible right now, anything is possible. And that your body doesn't have any judgments about you. Yeah. And that your body is this brilliant, gift. Okay, yeah. So, Alina, before it goes away, she says, how about receiving with more ease, even the less nice things? What would be a question to navigate through the receiving? Well, what's your point of view of receiving? Because awareness is receiving. And so, do you think you need to do something with your awareness? What if you could just acknowledge it and receive the information and then ask a question? So, do you actually need a question to navigate through receiving, or do you need to allow yourself to receive and then ask a question? So, Alina, are you preparing to receive before you'll let yourself receive? Right. And so, how many of us, and I was talking to a friend of mine today, she said, or no, I don't know, it was today or yesterday. Time blends in together. And I was like, how much do we spend time preparing? Oh, it was a friend of mine this morning. How much do we spend time preparing for the worst case scenario in the future that hasn't yet happened? And when we do that, one, it's a judgment, two, it's in a conclusion, and three, it's a way to avoid receiving the contribution that the yes avoid receiving the contribution that the future can be to you now. Awesome. Alina says, I definitely prepare. And she says, I always want to do something. So let me give you guys a little example of how to create something different. You guys want that? Want a little different reality? So you're going to lower your barriers. You're going to expand out. I want you to get a sense of what's the future you desire to have now. I'm going to say it again. What's the future you desire to have now? Okay. So how many of you are keeping that really far away with all the things you think you need to do, all the things you think you need to receive, all the things you think you need to prepare for? So what if you could just pull receiving the energy of it into your body right now? Right? We've heard about The Secret or manifesting or whatever people do to manifest and create. And it's like, one of the things that I've found to work really well is to have the energy now. Yeah, I love it. Mireya says, right now I'm at the Toronto airport, halfway going to Columbia from Vancouver. I love it. What a lucky me to be in this live session on the international transit. I love it. So my friends, there is nothing wrong with you. And really, truly, there's nothing to judge about you. It's everything that you create as a judgeable offense. Totally insane. So if what I've been saying today is sparking you, please feel free to comment. I love hearing your ahas. I love hearing your stories. I love hearing how these contribute to you, because we'll do more of them, right? I'm going to go live again tomorrow at noon. So feel free to look out for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day to sign up for the challenge. We start on Monday. If you think it would be a contribution, it's less than $100, you guys, and it is changing people's world. So if that would be something fun for you, join in. We will see you on the other side. Feel free to share this Facebook Live. Feel free to share the link. And thank you for taking the time to be here. It means the world to me. And what I want to invite you to look at is, what if right now every judgment you thought was real was simply a lie to keep you from having your dream life? So my friends, as always, from the No Judgment Diet, from my heart to yours, what would it be like with the world, right, not judging their bodies, with 10 million bodies out of judgment? What would it be like to trust your knowing and to know that anything you ask for, you can receive? Yeah. You just have to let go of all the judgments that are in the way. So simple, simple, simple. My friends, you are amazing. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Vesna. Thank you for being here. Go out and be the gift you are to the world. And what magic can you create today? And what judgments can you let go of right now to have a different reality, a different future, and different possibilities? So see you on the other side. As always, until next time, bye for now.